Hi guys, this filter makes me look pretty okay, but man, my eye bags are still there. Madeo and shalom everybody. I have not slept much last night. Snatched 10 minutes here and there, and just, I don't know, spiritual warfare, I think, or something. Because I was really deep into Bible study last night, and I'm preparing materials, you see, for a lot of things. I'm preparing a lot of these storybooks to give to kids next week. And yes, one of them will be a Bible story book. But I did print out some of my cultural books because they said there are some not Christian students there. But I think it's okay. I mean, it's just a storybook, right? I don't know. So I printed extra just in case. Okay, just in case. The teacher, I think, will tell me if they will be able to appreciate it or not. So yeah, I have a lot to do. And then on Saturday, this coming Saturday, I am hosting a Bible study here. I don't know if anyone's coming. Crossing my fingers. I will let God handle it. He will let those people who needs it come, because it's going to be a very deep dive into Genesis. Okay, I can't tackle all of Genesis, maybe just the first 2 or 3 chapters, because I've been studying Genesis for a couple years now, and I think even if I studied it in 10 years, I will still discover something more. Whew. You know, when they say it's a living word, like, wow, it really is. You discover something more every day. It's like, okay, it, it's different. Okay, here. I've read the Bible before when I was young. In fact, in high school, we were required to have our own Bibles. We were required to read them. But and I thought our school was pretty radical. I mean, they really taught us a lot. But this one, now that I'm doing more deep dive into it, looking at different translations, listening to podcasts, because they have different deep dives. So you don't just listen to one podcast, you listen to like a lot of them. The Bible Show, Michael Heisler, Alan Nolan, Rick Renner, Chuck Missler, Skip Heitzig, a lot. I'm not joking how much podcasts I consume on Bible, because I want to know their opinions about it, and some of the word translation I actually don't know yet, because I'm not fluent in Hebrew at all. I just know a few words, and apparently even that one word can have like 3, 4, 5 different meanings. So it's a living word that way. Example, Nahash. So Nahash we call the serpent in Eden, but the term Nahash has actually a lot of meaning to it. That 3-letter word. Yeah, that 3-letter word. It means the shining one, the burning one, the crawling one. Then it was adapted into snake or serpent, but it's not. It's sarap for seraphim. So you get what this is going, right? So it's not a random snake in the garden. And then I found out, who was I listening to the other night? I forgot. That the term burning one was actually a Sumerian term for God's small g. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, so things like that. It's gonna be a deep dive into it, and I have prepared, and I am preparing my materials like this. So it's gonna have a bit of Hebrew in it. So we're going to start with Bereshit. So with this alone, there's so many things to glean from here. See, Bereshit bara Elohim. In the beginning, God created. Bereshit, in the beginning. Bara. And then Elohim, God. But the term here, Elohim, that's why let us create, because this is plural. Elohim here is plural. So God wasn't the only one there. So a lot of people are debating who was he with? His divine council, the angels. Adam wasn't there. Let us create man in our own image. We're not created in the image of the angels. We do not look like the angels. In fact, when angels started to mate with humans, it did not have very nice offsprings. That's where we get the Nephilim. Okay, and that would be Genesis 6. I don't know if we can tackle Genesis 6 because that is a whole very deep dive. We'll start with the letters in Hebrew, Bereshit, so you can understand. You need the letters in Hebrew so you can understand this one, Bereshit. So it reads from here, Bereshit bara Elohim. See, so the Aleph can be read A or E. So a lot of things like that. I can't teach everything because, we're not gonna, as I said, I spent 2 years studying this. I'm trying to give you guys maybe what we can in maybe an hour or two, and it's gonna be discussion type style. So if you're in Davao, message me. Maybe you'd like to join. This is non-denominational. I do not go to a church. Anyone who is very interested to learn about the Bible is there. Now, what happens if you feel like, I've never touched a Bible before? How is that? That's okay. We'll do this step by step. But if you want to start reading the Bible, here. Sometimes people have a hard time starting it because they feel so daunted, overwhelmed. What is this thing? Why don't you start reading it lightly, just surface level reading? You know how you read it? Read it as if the Bible was a story, not a children's story, because it's not, but like a novel. Okay, a novel. Bereshit would be prequel backstory, and then you get the meat of it when you get to the Gospels. So, yeah. Anyways, and then Revelation is the hint to come for the next book. Get it? It's that teeny tiny, what'll happen next? That one. So read it that way. So why read it like surface level, like a novel? Read it as if it was, and it is actually, a romance novel. What? The Bible is a romance novel? Yes. Didn't you know that? It's the romance between God, Papa God, and us, humanity. You get it? Okay. So read it that way, and then you will shift your mindset. And when you do, then you will understand why there are so many wedding language, wedding connotation happening from Genesis all the way to Revelation, especially when you get to the gospel. What was Jesus's first miracle? When he was supposed to be not starting his ministry, but his mom wanted him to. His first miracle was in the wedding of Canaan. There's so many things there. That's wedding at Canaan is something my mom and I love to pick apart, and we still haven't finished picking apart everything in that one wedding. It's like a murder whodunit. Every little thing is a clue. But anyways, I'm enthusiastic about the Bible that way, especially now that I see it in a different light. As a writer, as a reader, as an editor, as an artist, man, it's gonna blow your mind. So read different translations and read it as if it was a romance novel, and you will see what I am seeing. That's it. Shalom, everybody. And for me, good night.